Today we're going to do the official product overview of the Thunderbox Pro. We're going to walk you through all of its settings, how to use it, and how to maintain the unit. We're even going to show you how to take the batteries out and to charge them properly and how to keep and maintain proper charge on them. Let's go ahead and dive in. As we can see here, our first error message is going to ask us whether we have a new coil or not. This is always going to ask us this question when we put any type of new atomizer onto the Thunderbox Pro. We will always hit the plus sign, which is going to tell the unit yes, this is a new coil. From there, it will take us to our desired wattage of whatever we would like to set, using the plus and minus keys to either increase or decrease the wattage. As we can see, after we get past that first message, it will ask us what wattage we would like to select. This is going to vary depending on what attachment you're going to be putting on top of the unit. On the Bolt MV2, we recommend about 80 watts on our unit to use it at its optimal performance. As we press the button here, we can go ahead and see that the rod in the middle is glowing bright orange. This is the actual heating element that heats up our nail and will give you the heat to produce a dab. As you can see with our Bolt M Pros, we're going to want to set the wattage a little higher. The optimal wattage for this device is going to be around 120 watts. As we can see, with just a couple seconds of power, we already see that rod starting to glow orange. This rod is going to be much bigger on the Pro than on the V2 unit and conducts much more heat much more quickly to your nail. As you may or may not have noticed, there are many settings within the Thunderbox Pro. We can access these settings by pressing the main fire button 3 times. From there, it will give us the option to select Watt mode, Mech mode, ADDI lock, which will lock the entire box, Temp SS, Temp TI, Temp NI, and back to Watt mode. We are always going to recommend Watt mode for any of our Bolt M devices. As we recommended, the Bolt M V2 be used on 80 watts and the Bolt M Pro at 120 watts. All of the other modes within our device are mainly aimed towards e-cigarettes or different type of attachments that can be used on them with temp control. For longevity of our products, again, we do recommend that they are used on wattage. Now we're going to talk about how to properly heat your nails. Taking a look at our Bolt M Pro, we see that the nails are going to be much larger than the nails that come on our Bolt M V2. To heat these nails, it's going to take a little bit more power. Like we recommended before, we recommend that you have the device set on 120 watts. And we also recommend 1 or 2 heat cycles before you even put your oils onto the nail. To achieve this, we simply hold the button down. We see that we've dropped to about 65 and dropping wattage right now. This is due to when the nail gets hotter, it does not need enough electricity to continue to heat it up. As it gets hotter, it needs less and less and continue to draw less. Now we're going to go over charging on the Thunderbox Pro. If you take your Thunderbox and you turn it around, you will find a magnetic door on the back that just simply pops off. This will expose the two 18650 batteries. The ones that come in your kit may be red and they may be purple, as we have offered many different battery styles throughout our production of these. The little string in the back can be pulled to simply pull them out and pop both of these single 18650 batteries out of the Thunderbox Pro. In your Thunderbox case, you will actually find a dual 18650 charger. Both these batteries will simply slide right into the charger, and the wall socket will pop down and it will just be plugged into the wall. With these battery chargers, these can take anywhere between 4 to 6 hours to charge your battery, depending on where the previous battery life was at. For extended performances with all our devices, including all of our Bolts and Bolt Pros, we do recommend external chargers, as they do provide a much higher amperage charge to the battery, which will overlong, extend, and prolong the battery life. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use the combination of the Thunderbox Pro and the Bolt M Pro. We're going to go ahead and use this device at 120 watts, and we're going to give it a couple of heat cycles before use. Let's go ahead and take a look. As we can see, when we turn the screen on, it will show us the wattage number on the screen. This can be adjustable all the way up to 180 watts, and like we said before, 120 watts is going to be the wattage for this device. Holding the button we can go ahead and start to see that little center post in the middle, which is going to be our heating element, start to get red. The box does have a 10-second shut off and will automatically shut off after 10 seconds. You do have to release the button and then rehold it to reheat it. This is called heat cycling. We do recommend 1 to 2 heat cycles before using the product. Let's go ahead and see how it hits.